Hey guys, Furum here, and today I'm going to be giving you a rundown of the TECHRULES 1896 Grand Prix special event, as well as my thoughts about it. So what we knew originally about the event was that there were going to be 3 qualification rounds, and if you got in the top 10 on either of those, you would be put into a group of 20 other people, where the top 3 in the final rounds would then get the key for the 1896, giving an overall rate of getting the 1896 of people who play the event to 3 out of every 40. So we thought it was going to be a very nice and skill-based event, but there are many things that we did not know, and I'm glad I waited to make this video until now so that I could give you the accurate information about it. So as you saw just then, there are actually 5 final rounds going one right after one another, each lasting a couple days. The place that you end up in each of those rounds will give you a certain number of points, and the top 3 people with the most number of points in each thing of 20 people at the end of the final rounds will be the 3 who get the car. Take my case for example. I'm in a group of 20 players with a couple other Legions United members, but in the first 2 rounds, I came in 3rd place in each of them. There are 2 people who consistently got better times than me, some in high rank, some in lower ranked cars, and so I can only imagine they were pretty skilled, because the thing is, you can race their ghosts and see that yes, they are doing pretty good. Some people have mentioned that they do not like the ghosts and that they get in the way, which sometimes they do, but for most of the race you're not going to be right on top of them, only at the very beginning, and I personally think it is a really cool way for you to be able to see what routes the top players actually took, so you can learn by looking at the ghosts of the players who did better times, and so hopefully you can emulate them and get a bit of a better time yourself. Now, there are a few things about this event that we did not know at the beginning that have attributed to it not being as much of a skill-based event as we originally thought, and more pay-to-win like all the other special events. One of which is that you can buy packs during the event, meaning that yes, the people who have more tokens to buy more packs will get cars with higher ranks, and can compete against people with a lot lower ranked cars. Yes, you heard that right. Pretty much, you only have to have bunches and bunches of tokens and a decent amount of skill in order to get the top positions. So still, for the most part, people with the most tokens and I guess the most money to buy more tokens if they want to are going to be the ones who are going to end up winning this event. Now, I know that Gameloft did not specifically say in their update patch notes about the event or anything that it was going to be more skill-based. It just seemed like they were leading on that it was all going to be about the time and the skill. And they didn't say anything about there going to be packs where you can just basically buy your way to the top. If they do have more Grand Prix events in the future, which I really hope they do since honestly this is a pretty cool idea for a special event, I hope they make it so that everybody can get an equal amount of blueprints for this card during the event, and so the rounds will truly be a test of skill, and perhaps after the event they have packs for this car so that the people who get it can upgrade it to their heart's desire. I have no problem with that. Now, I do understand that a system like this would not make Gameloft much money during the event, which is why they probably did not do something like that, so I don't really expect that to ever be the case. So honestly, most likely if we get more Grand Prix, they're gonna be more or less like this one. Now, I did hear that in the future they were going to try to be better about dealing with hackers, which I will get to in a little bit, and also matchmaking people together better, because the way that people got paired up into the qualification rounds was by their practice time. So if somebody got a really good practice time, he would be put up against other really good people in the practice rounds, which is a problem if you get really good times, and there end up being a lot of hackers in your lobby, which has happened to multiple people like Afik and Brenton, who in their final round lobbies, they have like 3 hackers in them who are taking all of the top spots, and Gameloft isn't really doing anything about it. Then on the flip side, once people realized this before the qualification rounds were up, they would go around the tracks really slowly in their practice rounds to get extremely easy qualification rounds, and thus have a lot lower skill set of people in the final rounds, where then they can put out their best time and win it all without spending a single token. Now, I do not actually have a problem with people that have found that out about the system and use that to their advantage, because it is really something that you can do legitimately in the system that Gameloft has set up. I don't have a problem with people using the tools that they've been given to their advantage. However, I do think that Gameloft should set up that matchmaking system a bit differently in the upcoming Grand Prix. I'm not exactly sure what they would do to solve this necessarily, but I do believe they they are going to try to work on it. One last thing about the event that we didn't know until the final rounds actually came was that in the final rounds, if you use your 3 free attempts up in the car, you can pay an increasing number of tokens to get more attempts. I actually did this on the first round because I kept getting physics, and it cost me a lot of tokens, as well as the probably 11,000 I spent to 4-star this car. So do not be fooled by the skill-based facade of this event. While it obviously is more skill-based than other events, you still have to do good lap times in the final rounds. You're going to have to pay a lot of tokens to be able to compete with the people who have upgraded their cars a lot. So keep in mind that if you played your best during the practice rounds and got a pretty good set of people near your skill for the final rounds, you are going to have to spend quite a bit of tokens in order to 3 or 4-star it to be able to get that top 3. Probably higher to 5 stars if you're on mobile or if you're in a group of very skilled players. I'm currently at number 1 in my group, but that's going to change as the other 2 people who beat me the 2 previous times probably beat me again there. And I actually do not mind, because this is the first place decal, the green one is the second place decal, and the red one, which I'll also show you a bit later, is the third place decal. I personally like the red decal the best, and it seems like I am pretty set to get 3rd place in my bracket, so I'm kind of happy with that. So guys, I hope this video was informative and helpful in some way. Again, the reason why I waited so long to make it was because I wanted to be able to give you the most accurate information that I could. And here's this red decal I was telling you about that hopefully I'll be able to get on the car. So guys, thank you all for watching. Please like the video if you have enjoyed, and consider subscribing for more Asphalt and other games content, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!